Welcome back to the 2011 Los Angeles Auto Show. And now I'm here at the Toyota display, and I'm being joined by
Saul Ibarra.
Okay. Title?
A product specialist.
All right. So go ahead and start off by giving me some highlights of this new Prius Plug-In Hybrid.
Correct. Well, as you may know, the Prius is expanding, the best-selling hybrid in the entire world. People wanted different types of hybrid options, so we are going to have a whole family of Prius vehicles. Everyone's familiar with the traditional Prius. Then the Prius, larger Prius, the Prius V, is coming to market by the end of this month already. It's going to be at local dealerships. The third one will be the beginning of next year, first quarter of next year, the Prius Plug-In. Now, the difference between this and the other hybrids is that this one is going to give you an extended all-electric range. So this is the only one that you're going to be able to plug in. For many years, we've been saying you never have to plug it in, it recharges itself. Here, this is the traditional Prius, but you're going to be given an additional battery that if you choose to plug it in, you don't have to. If you choose to plug it in, it's going to give you an all-electric range. Right now, it's been scheduled to be 13 miles at up to 62 miles per hour. And the charge time is the best because the battery, the secondary, is not that big, so you're going to be able to charge it at for 3 hours at 110 volts or for an hour and a half at 220. And then after that is depleted, it automatically goes back to the 50 mile per gallon Prius that we all know.
How is this vehicle different from the Chevy Volt or the Nissan LEAF, for example?
Correct. Well, the one thing they do have in common is that all the plugs are standardized now. So whenever you have, the stations that you're going to be able to plug them in, they're all going to have a standardized plug. So that's a good thing. The difference is, for example, the LEAF is an all-electric vehicle. And there is no hybrid element to that. It's all electric. The Volt, for example, is going to have a larger battery, so you're going to be able to be on the EV range a little longer. However, once that's exhausted, you're going to have the gas engine that starts off and will have to remain on to help with the recharging of the batteries. This is going to go from the EV range to a hybrid. So with our hybrid range, it will still vary between gas and electric. So even though the EV range is gone, there are times where you're still going to be able to have an all-electric activity, as in when you start the vehicle and in the beginning.
Okay. Now, can you talk about the engine and the horsepower?
All right, well, you're looking at the traditional Prius powertrain, which has a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder gas engine, and that's going to give you 134 in horsepower. Now that one's always going to be there, and then if you choose to plug it in, you're going to have the all-electric up to 62 miles per hour for up to 13 miles.
Okay, very good. So this already is basically an electric car. You said its range, is it going to be extended one day in a future model?
Well, you never know. I mean, right now, this is going to be for those people who aren't quite ready for an all-electric vehicle, but yet they want more of an electric range than the traditional Prius. So you're going to have the traditional Prius undertone, and yet you're going to have an all-electric range for those, especially who are just commuting within that, let's say that 13 to, or so miles to get to work. You get to work, you plug it in again. You come home, you plug it in again. So if you keep plugging it in, you may not have to use the gas. But for those long trips, there won't be that anxiety of, oh gosh, when do I plug it in? You don't have to. It'll go to being the regular 50 mile per gallon Prius.
Have you announced the pricing on this model yet?
Yeah, the pricing on this has been tentatively announced. It's still, as I mentioned, not going to be out till the first quarter of next year. But you're looking at starting about 32 to about 39 in the price range.
Okay. And do you know how many are going to be manufactured?
No, they haven't given me that information yet. But it's going to be, a limited rollout in the beginning, and then obviously depending on how it does.
And can you go down some of the interior, exterior features?
Sure, this is going to be somewhat like the traditional Prius. So there are going to be packages available, like with the traditional Prius, you're going to be able to get a backup camera, navigation system, obviously Bluetooth technology, so you're going to have hands-free cell phone use, and our Entune system, which is our application type system. You just have your data plan from your smartphone, and you're going to be able to access those apps on your touchscreen.
All right, very good. And you already mentioned the driving range, so let's go on here. How long to charge? You said it would be about 3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours and a regular 110 or an hour and a half if it's 220.
The other option is, what about fast charge? Would it work on the DC fast charge?
Well, right now it's only equipped for the 110 or the 220.
All right. And you know where it's being manufactured?
In Japan.
Finally, any other remarks before we wrap it up?
Well, as you know, the Prius family is growing, so this could just be the beginning as we extend the Prius family.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.